What's going on YouTube? I can come at you with another Final Fantasy Relic video. If you guys aren't joining, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share your support. Alright, so today is going to be Phase 4 of the Soul Breakout. Let's take a look at it, shall we? What is it? Okay, there we go. First up, we have the Burst Soulbreak weapon for Bartz, the Ragnarok. 142 attack, changes Bart's Soulbreak to Light of the Four, deals 6 physical attacks to one target, and grants haste and burst mode to the user. Then we have Flurry of Storm, replacing his attack, deals 4 physical wind and water attacks to one enemy. Then we have Flurry Blast, deals 4 fire and earth attacks to one enemy. Now I think this is essentially Squall's Burst Super Soul Break, but as an upgrade, because I think Bart's is than Squall, and for the fact that we already know how the dual element one would work. They will do, they'll do which element is more effective on the target. So with these, you get more of a wider variety in order to hit the weaknesses of a target, which is perfect for Bartz's, Bartz is known as like a Spellblade user, one of the best Spellblade users in the game. Like him, Agrius, and what have you. So I think that's actually really, really good. In the case that both are resisted, it'll just pick one at random. If both are immune, then again, it'll just kind of pick one at random, or stuff to that effect. That's the only bad side about this, is that it can be they can be immune or even absorb these elements, but I don't think it's common for a target that would be able to absorb fire and water, or I'm sorry, wind and water, or fire and earth. I think it's usually they'll be like maybe null to one and like be absorb the other. No, that's even then that's still pretty bad, but it will just do the nullify one, I think, in that scenario. I think this is a really good Burst Soul Break, though. I wish it wasn't so elemental based, but it's still a fine Soul Break. Why is this taking so long to register? Come on now. Next up, we have the Platinum Sword, reappearing since the Final Fantasy Tactics event. 140 attack. Changes Ram's Soul Break to Shout, temporarily raise the party's attack large amount and grant them haste. One of the best Soul Breaks in the game. I would say, I don't know if I'd say top 5 for this one, but this is definitely one of the better ones in the game. The reason I'm saying I don't know if I would say top 5, because these, it does, like, it's not like Wall or, like Dream Stage or something like that. Like, this is just like to ensure that you have enough offensive to like go and take down just blitz down a boss. The haste is really good, but the large attack boost is what really sells this to me. Because otherwise you could just use another hasty Relic. Now, not only is this like a phenomenal Soul Break, but it's on one of the best characters in the game, 100%. Ramza is definitely one of the best characters. Even though he's a support character, he can bring on the offensive with this and just his sky high attack as well. And he's pretty versatile along with that. Even if you don't have Shout, he's still a really good support character, because you could have like Tailwind or even Hailstone to a lesser extent. But Tailwind's a phenomenal Soul Break as well. Maybe not phenomenal, but really, really good. Next up, we have the Genji Blade for Gilgamesh. 138 attack on a Kitana, and a small chance to paralyze, so that's quite nice. Deals 3 physical attacks to all targets and grant major region to all allies. I think this is a really, really good Soul Break, especially in someone like Gilgamesh. I wanted to hit more than 3 times, because Gilgamesh so far hasn't had a Soul Break that hits more than 3 times, but I think like the secondary effects of them more than makes up for it, granting major region to all your allies. Not only that, I'm pretty sure the animation for this is cool. He calls in, I don't know the name of his ally. It's fine, like Ben or someone will just tell me in the comments, or even just after, like on like Discord or something. The unique thing about this though is that it actually raises his defense. I found that really, really interesting, because Gilgamesh was the best Retaliator, is that I forgot what the word was for. Oh no, I'm thinking of Advantilate. That's what I'm thinking of. He was one of the best users of Draw Fire and Retaliate. Auron has a little bit more attack than him, but Gilgamesh is far more versatile than Auron. But if you have a Kitana in every realm, you're probably going to end up using Auron anyway, because Auron can only equip Katanas and daggers. Or I should say good Katanas. But Gilgamesh and Gilgamesh and Ramza are definitely top 2 best characters in the game because of their versatility and you know what they can bring to the table. Next up, we have a relic that I didn't really like. It's not that I don't like this relic. I thought that her other Soulbreak was better, but this is the Defender from Final Fantasy Tactics. 140 attack. And the Agrius Soulbreak to Hallowed Bolt. Deals 4 range physical attacks to all targets with a moderate chance to paralyze and silence them. Most of the time, the chance to paralyze and silence them isn't really what you're going to be using this for. It's going to be for the 4 range attacks. They have quite a high coefficient. I rarely use this one, to be honest, unless I'm in like an AoE fight and like I don't think I need the mitigation anymore because I have this Soulbreak and Agrius' other Soulbreak. I think her other Soulbreak was a sleeper relic of the Tactics banner, to be perfectly honest. But this is still a really good Soulbreak as well. 4 range physical attacks, meaning you're always going to hit something unless they're immune to physical attacks. And the the paralysis? No, the silence chance. Some of you saw that actually came in handy with the Ultimate Unalesca fight, because I use that to achieve I use this to get the silence rather than bringing like a Machinus or something like that. So that was quite nice because I always have Agrius using Life Siphon. Agrius is a phenomenal character as well. Next up, we have another, I was going to say Splendid and Phenomenal at the same time, but we have another Splendid relic here. Sorceress Crown for Edea. 41 magic, 89 defense, 131 res, 30 mind. Changes Edea Soulbreak to Inaugural Parade, which temporarily raises the magic a small amount and of the party and grant them haste. Now this is the same boost as Magic Infusion for Kefka, just on Edea. Only thing about this is Edea is, I want to say, strictly worse than Kefka because of her versatility. She does have one of the highest magic stats in the game, and she does have access to 5-star black magic and 5-star darkness. Unfortunately, that's all she really has. So if you have both Magic Infusion and Inaugural Parade, I would probably use Kefka, in all honesty, over Edea. I'm pretty sure Kefka has both 5-star black magic and 5-star darkness anyway, unless the animations are different, which they definitely are. But I might just use, I don't know. But regardless of, you know, the tangent I'm going off of right now, this is a phenomenal Soulbreak for major-based parties. It would have helped me in the video I just recorded. This is going to go before that one, but it was Rift Kefka, and I don't have this or Magic Infusion or many Roman Warriors with them, so it's hard for me to bring Mage Team, so I don't do it all that often, especially since I have native focus. But this is a phenomenal Soulbreak to have in a mage party. Speaking of that, we're actually going to get an even upgrade, a better version of this in a little bit here in a few events. So if you don't have these, don't fret. Next up, we have the Platinum Shield, which is another phenomenal relic. 20 attack, 140 defense, 92 res. Adds a small boost to holy damage, and I think that right there is what to me makes this such a phenomenal relic, along with the Soulbreak. But it changes Bosch's Soulbreak to Apocalypse Shield, which raises the party's attack, moderate amount, and defense a small amount. This is the same as Leon's Hand of the Emperor. I think Bosch might be a bit of a better character than Leon. I'm not sure on that. If anything, I might leave a note in the, on screen right now if that's true or not. They might be like about the same, but this shield on its own is phenomenal because knights can equip shields, and if you have a knight, 90% of the time you're going to be using Saint Cross, and this boosts the damage of Saint Cross and even Paladin Cecil's Burst Super Soul Break. So not only do you have the Unholy from that boosting your holy attack, you also have the Platinum Shield boosting your holy attack and the Excalibur boosting your holy attack. So if you're not hitting for max damage with your Paladin Cecil Burst Super Soul Break or your Saint's Cross, if you have all those equipped, that boss has to resist wholly, or even be immune to it or something, or you're doing something wrong with your life. Like, I don't know. Like maybe you don't have shout or something, or like apocalypse shield that you're missing, but there's like all this, like, I don't know. You're doing something wrong. Also of note, weapons like this are what I think you should be using your Rosetta Stones on, at least for right now. Not particularly all on this, you know, it would depend on what you have, but relics like this that increase damage, or maybe decrease your damage taken or something like that, because people have asked me a few times what I think they should use their Rosetta Stones on. Might make a separate video about that or something, but because I'm going way off topic here. Next up, we have the Yoichi's Bow for Faris, another character I love to use. 122 attack, 31 magic, 31 mind. It's obviously a ranged weapon. Changes Faris Soulbreak to Sea Lord's Broadside. Deals 4 ranged physical attacks to all targets and temporarily lower their magic and attack a large amount. I'm liking Faris more and more. Unfortunately, we skipped the event where she gets her Memory Crystal 2, or else she'd probably just be like the final slot in my party most of the time, because I have her other Soul Break. This Soul Break, actually I don't even need this Soul Break because I have Agrius, but if I didn't have Agrius, I would want this Soul Break. This is another good one. 4 range attacks to all targets. Well, actually, no, because this hits all targets actually. So this one might even be a bit better than Agrius's Soul Break, as a matter of fact, because this is basically a damaging version of Mog's Heroic Scarf, but it's still quite nice because it'll stack with full break, power breakdown, magic breakdown, all that stuff, and then you'll just have like all your mitigation up. Like up to the point where you probably taken about 1,000 damage, maybe 1,000, 1,000 to like 1,200 damage from an ultimate boss. If you can get all that up at the same time, so it's really, really nice. Part of the reason why I always have Agrius with what do you call it? Life Siphon, so I can get that up as soon as possible. Next up, we have the Sage's Staff for Lena. 65 attack, 117 magic, 133 mind. Changes Lena's Soul Break to Princess's Favor. This is the one I always forget the name of. Restore a mod amount of HP and grant heavy region to all allies. This is her copy of Hymn of the Faith from Yuna. Only thing is, on Lena, it probably will cover a little bit more because Lena's higher mind. Lena also has access to dances, so if you need her to mitigate as well, you can do that, or just slap Protega and Protega / Shelga onto her. This is a great Soul Break. Again, it's got outclassed by Len's Portrait of Lakshmi, so you're not really going to get too much mileage out of this if you have Realms Relic, but this is still a fairly nice relic to have. No, that's not what I want to do. And finally, we have how am I going to say it? Kogara Sumaru? I definitely butchered the hell out of that name. Jeez, I am so sorry for anyone out there that can say this properly and you just writhe in pain because I said this wrong. Anyway, this is a katana for Vaughn, 136 attack. Hitting Vaughn Soul Break to Wind Burst, which I don't think actually is a quickening in Final Fantasy 12, because I was just talking to Benny the other day about how all the Soul Breaks so far have been quickening, the names of quickenings for, maybe not all of them, but the majority of them have been quickenings. Final Fantasy 12 characters. Anyway, there's 3 ranged physical attacks to one target with a moderate chance to blind and silence it. Actually, this could be White Whirl. Is this basically White Whirl? Might be. Anyway, moderate chance to blind and silence it. Again, you'd be using this primarily for the initial attack, not so much for the secondary effects, but the secondary effects will definitely come in handy if you need to hit those conditions. So that's quite nice. It's katana as well. Vaughn's pretty versatile as well. His Burst Super Soul Break is just nutty. It's instant cast. I don't remember what it does. I just remember it being instant cast, and I don't remember what his burst commands do, but this isn't the video for that. I'm not gonna get more off topic. Anyway, I think this is a great banner to pull on. Whether you need Scream, you just want to pick up some Burst Super Soul Break for Barts, or you know, like this banner. I don't think this banner has good relics all around. I think this might be one of the strongest banners on this in this phase. I think this is probably the weakest Soul Break on here, I believe. Yeah, I think that one's the weakest. The rest of the banner is just splendid. But without further ado, let me get to 3-star and call it a day. Yep. Which one is this? Oh, wait, what is that? No, it's not a flame sword, is it? Flame tongue. I'm sorry. Does this? Oh, this doesn't have as a small boost to fire damage. That's not too bad, actually. I definitely don't think this is a weapon you would keep around, even if you 5-star it, because this doesn't seem great at all to me. But if you need extra flame damage on like a Spellblade user, I guess you can use this now, you know? Alright, before I end this video off, I'm going to throw in the Super Soul Break for 14 here, the second half rather, for Y'shtola and Thankred. So let's try this out. Let's do my poll rather. First, with the Omni Rod, 65 attack, 117 magic, 141 mind. Change Y'shtola's Soul Break to Ethereal Pulse. Ethereal Pulse. Grants Protect, Shell, and Major Region all allies unique to Y'shtola. See, alright, so I like this Soul Break, but I don't like the character they put it on. Just to elaborate here, for those of you that have Wall, you don't really want to use this one because you'll probably have Wall up by the time when... Alright, so basically at the start of a battle, you would use this, right? You would want to use Wall. Or this. So you don't have time to use them both at the same time. But what you can do, however, is Roaming Warrior Wall, and then use this on your own. So that way someone else can use Wall, and then, you know, just use this on your Y'shtola. And this is still a really good Soul Break as well. Major Region, Protega, Shelga, those are all really great in one Soul Break. But I feel like this is like a Soul Break that you wouldn't use it depending or not if you have Wall. Again, you can just Roaming Warrior Wall if you already have Wall, but that just seems a little bit silly to me. Because, I don't know, I mean, there's a slight advantage to having this with the region, but the one thing is, this can get dispelled. While Wall can get ultimate dispelled, you know, that's ultimate dispel, not regular dispel, so just watch out for that if you opt to use that. Next up, we have the Air Knives for Thankred, 133 attack, 80 magic, and a small boost to wind damage, which is really, really nice. Changes his Soul Break to Genji 10. I think I said that wrong, but deals 4 physical wind attacks to all targets and grant haste to all allies. I actually like the Soul Break. I'm not gonna lie. Seems pretty cool. AoE wind attacks is really nice because we don't really have too many wind attacks. We just got Tornado Strike, which is 2-hit AoE wind. But not only does this boost wind damage, but you have the wind Soul Break built into this. And Thankred's a pretty solid character as well. On top of that, you get Hastiga. So if you don't have Shout, or like you're using Planet Protector, you could just use this plus Planet Protector, and then you kinda have Shout. Only thing with this is the haste probably won't last too long because Thankred doesn't have the best mind. Next up, we have the Wizard Pegasus. I probably said that wrong too. 41 attack, 89 defense, 133 res, 30 mind. Changes I forgot to say this man's name. Papalimo Soul Break to Swift Cast Fire. Deals 3 fire magic attacks to all targets and temporarily reduce the user's magic casting time. I like this more than the Super Soul Break, to be honest. Because this reduces your casting time. I'm assuming it's for 2 attacks. I don't see why it would really be more than that. And it's AoE fire to, 3-hit AoE fire. So there is that. It's quite nice. No unique things about the hat itself, though. Pretty average stats, I believe. Next up, we have the Healer's Robe for Y'shtola as well. 93 defense, 141 res, 20 mind, 10 years soul break 2, medica 2, removes all buffs and restore a minor amount of HP to all allies. Now, this is a very decent medica. It's not the best because we obviously have better medicas being Hymn of the Faith, Princess Favor, I believe it's called, and Portrait of Lakshmi. But this does get the job done, you know, AoE heal. And this has niche uses where bosses will inflict, you know, statuses to you, so you get the AoE Cura and the AoE Isuna. So it can be useful, but you know, it's just not the best. Again, this is assuming like you don't have wall or something like that, what that you would prefer to use over this. Next up, we have the Ninja Chainmail for Thankred. 121 defense, 121 res, changes Thankred slow back to Death Blossom. Does critical damage to all targets with a high chance to slow them. Honestly, if you're pulling for this, just go to the beginner banner. Like, what are you doing here? Beginner banner is going to be open until September 30th, so you can pull this there if you want, or rather, you can choose this relic there. If you really want, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you like Thankred and this, you know, go for it. Evoker's Horn already went over, and the Ifrit's Crease already went over. So, as usual, we're going to get this 3-star, and I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do after this, actually. I'm quite tired. Although, I want to stream tonight, but... I say tonight as in... the 2nd of July. 3-star? Yeah. Yo, why can't I get some 3-stars from Final Fantasy 14, bro? Like, I need synergy for that realm. Or Chilium Dirk, or Arochalcum Dirk. No, I'll get rid of it. I don't need really 5 synergy. I have swords. And I think I would have a natural 5-star dagger as well. Potentially. Anyway, as usual, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, and share your support. I do enjoy reading all your comments. Be sure to share these videos around with your friends that enjoy Final Fantasy FFRK, as they really do help me out, along with leaving a like. And be sure to follow me on all my social media, link down below, including Discord, where we get together, talk about Record Keeper, various other things, and I will see you guys next time. Later.